We're now in the part 2 of this tutorial, and now I'm going to show you how to add a callback, okay, on your button to import the CSV file you need to achieve what you want to achieve. So let's jump right into it after our intro. We're back in the second part of this tutorial, and now what we need to do before we add the callback of this button is to add some library into our project. The first one we need to add is the QUI library, and it's a class. We need those classes before we get started with the callback of the button. So let's say include. The first one we said is QUI. Then also we need to include QTextstring. Yep, this one. And we also need to include QDebug to check the state of our code. So let me explain a few things here. This class is needed because we need an object to hold the file we're going to work with, and this one is needed because we need another object to get into the file, hold it by our application, and read the value inside it. And this one is just to check if what we're typing is correctly typed. Maybe, oh, there was a problem. This one creates no, it's not the import button. So we need this and this and this, and I think we will not need anything else. I mean, anyway, if we need another classes, I'll just get back here and include it. So let's add a callback. So let's go to slow, while click it. If you click into this, we need to transform the file. So we need something like QFile. I don't know if it's a pointer or maybe a simple object. Let's use a simple object called, let's call it mFile, and say no, yeah, we first need a string. So let's say, so this is the other classes I need to add. I can add the classes here because I'm going to use it here, but if I wanted to use the class elsewhere, QString and also QString lists. So I need also QString lists. Yep, this one. Okay. So now let's say QString. Oh yeah, I'll also need a QFile dialog. So QFile dialog. Yep. So let's say QString. Let's say file path. It's equal to QFile dialog. Yes. And here, what do I need to add? Okay, I need to close them because it's hard for me to remember the right name of the function I want to use here. So I don't know if it's get file name or see. Okay, so everything is okay now. Okay, no problem with my then file names. No, I need this. So the parent of this is this, and the caption is the let's say import CSV file. That's the caption. Then the root is QT. Let's see, root. And the filter, it's what we need to see as we files into basis at ESV. I think I need other another one after the filter. It's okay. So I should check if the job is well done. Now I'm going to use QTableWidget to print the file path. And with this mention aside is the path of the file we imported. Compile and run. You can do this with Control and press R, but let's see, import file, and I want a CSV, so let's jump here. I'm trying to get a CSV. Okay, it's okay. CSV is the path of the file we imported. So now I'm sure I will be able to read this file. Okay, so let's try with no, it's not important. So now that I'm sure I have the path, I can create an object to hold that file. So Q file is a file on the object file on this one, and I need a Q text string. I'm sure it's a pointer in file equals new Q text string. This are you sure you're no, I don't need a pointer. I can directly create a Q text string in file and change it to M5. Yep. Now I have to set a count on 0, and what I need is to read the first line before we get into the. I need to read the first line to retrieve the first or the header of my QTableWidget. So, sorry, this is read it. Let me see. Read line. Yep, I read a line just like that, and now I need a constraint list. To split this value, to split the read line with, and you need to split it with this, no, this character. Now that is done, I can use this string list to set let's say QTableWidget. No, sorry, UI. It's pretty much tricky. This E and I QTableWidget set either horizontal header labels and add this value to it. Okay, now that is done, at this time we can try and check if the code is correctly working. So now I need to know where I stored the first file I created. So I bet it will be in data set. Click. Device not open. Oh yeah, this is something interesting. When you have this holding your file, you need to open it. Okay, it's important. If you don't open it, you won't be able to read the value inside. So before we get into the file, we need this to say like if file open into here we need something like Q file. Let's try Q file. Text and this one Q file read only, because we don't want to. Oh, this is tricky. I need to close this one, and like that. Tone. So just to say, if you cannot open the file, just return, and the whole process here will not be executed. But if you open it, then read into it. So compile and run. Let's try this another time. We'll go here and try to get this one open and see. So that's what, oh yeah, Yeah, another problem. Before you had the header, you need to set a header count. So here, when you split the value, you need to have something like QTableWidget set column count, and the value here is list value size. Okay, and compile it around. Yeah, it takes some times. And you have your header. Now we need to add the value inside the file. If you remember, this is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and C6 of our file. Now we need to add a value into it. We're going to use this one too. To add value simple, but we will use the same process. While the file is not, while the file still had value in it, the application or the code is going to read lines into it until you get to the end of the file. So pretty much simple. We just need to copy this. We need to copy this and paste it here. When I read a file, I create a list of value with the file splitting the string here with this separator, and I don't need this one. I already have the number of column now, and what I need is I need to add a new line into this table. So this is why I needed this, because at the beginning we have no lines, no rows, if I may say it like that. We have no rows. So now I'm gonna add a new row. So this one will take its code value plus 1. So let's say here, after reading a line, we say counter plus equals 1. Its value change from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and now we set row counts into counter, and when it's done, we have a new row, and now we need to read for in k equals to 0, k going, k has to be less than the size of the list. Yes. And k++, we are going to, this part is pretty much important. We want to set a new value inside the cell, and if you remember, as I told you, a cell is a QTable item here. It's not a cell like what we are using Excel or LibreOffice spreadsheet. Here the cell is an item, and we want to add a value inside it. So pretty much simple. If you want to add a value what you need is just to create a QTableWidget. How? QTableWidget set item, and where do you want to set the value? So the line is supposed to be the first line, but because we're using C++, most of our contents will start at 0. So the first line is supposed to be 1, will be the line at the position 0. So let's say content -1, and bet you know why. And the colon is just the value of k, and the new item will be new QTableWidget item. So it's just one, and what we need is the string. So the string is just a list value at the position k. You see, just like that, we created a new we had a new value into our cell. So save, and before we run this, everything is okay. I just need to close the file. It's pretty much important, because if you don't, you will lose. Where is it? Okay, it's in file. So close it. Most of the time you need to flush it before you close it, because it's like flushing. Flushing. Okay, before you close the bathroom, you flush the toilet. It's the same idea here. You flush the object before you close the file. Okay, so now let's compile and run and see if it's perfect. If it works perfectly. So let's see, click on it, and yes, we have our file. So you see, simple to achieve, as I said. And now this is like when you are using a spreadsheet on Microsoft Office, you have the same. So guys, I hope this will help you to load and run process into your CSV file. And if you want, let's say yes. Okay, for the next part of this, I will run a simple process. Maybe let's say, for example, I'll run let's say, for example, if I want to compute the histogram of this table, the whole table, because all of them looks like they are randomly distributed. So maybe let's try to use some random process on it. On the next tutorial, I'm gonna try to implement a random process on this file. Okay, just to show you how to use the data you have uploaded. So I hope this video and this tutorial help you guys to load your CSV file, and let's say see you guys on the next step. Bye.